justice, and, as a new consideration, ask that my client, Mrs. Jana von Lussweger, be granted a divorce from her husband, Mr. Karl von Lussweger.
Does the plaintiff have anything more to add?
Of course, my wife was supposed to come along. On the same day, there was a report of large snowdrifts. I didn't wish to expose my wife to the possible unpleasantness of having to sit there not moving in the middle of the night far from any station. So I asked her to stay behind.
A clever explanation.
She was willing to stay, so she did.
I stayed, unfortunately.
At the station, quite by chance, I met Miss Gonda Vanderloo.
By chance, ha!
Is this woman young and pretty?
She looks young and my husband found her pretty. His taste isn't always the best.
I married you, didn't I?
I said not always.
I asked that we enter into the record that Miss Gonda Vanderloo is the editor of the magazine Free Love and gives lectures to proselytize for free love. This is very important. But in any event,
Mr. von Lussweger, you met Miss Vanderloo at the station.
Yes, the young lady was desperate. She explained she had urgent business in Amsterdam, that she had no sleeping compartment, and that all the other compartments were packed. I was touched by her distress.
How kind, hearted.
She even cried, and my wife can attest to the fact.
That what?
That I can't bear to see a woman cry.
That's true, Your Honor.
Please continue. If the train was so crowded, how were you able to get your own sleeping compartment?
Nepotism, actually. You see, my father-in-law is the president of the sleeping car company in Brussels.
Why is it corruption?
I offered the young lady my sleeping compartment.
Ooh. With 2 beds?
With 2 beds. Haven't you ever traveled by sleeping car before?
No, I can't afford it.
Ah, well, you see, in a sleeping compartment, the beds are always positioned one on top of the other.
One on top of the other. I demand that the public be excluded from the proceedings.
The public is requested to leave this courtroom until further notice. This hearing takes place behind closed doors.
Cry, Winnie, oh, cry, Winnie, oh, wow. Hey, to go.
Just let the actions get to go and get us leave the show.
Yes.
That's very noble, but I don't believe you.
Neither do I.
Allow me, please. What gallantries, just a code, don't you see? That shows a man's sense of chivalry. Allow me, please. You must believe. If a man can't please a lady, well then he must please. If you please, for why would he be unpleasing and leave a lady unpleased? I did the right what would you have done? Tell me, please. You must believe. Should a man give up his sleeping car? It's only a cot. To a lady with no sleeping car, a cot means a lot. I did the right thing. I don't agree. You must agree. I don't agree. You must agree. Must agree. Must agree. Must agree. Must agree. Please let the public back into the courtroom. Cry, Minnie. Cry, Minnie. It's written. It's there.
It's only for your good that they will let us see.
Let's continue this hearing. So the defendant let the aforementioned woman have his and his wife's sleeping compartment.
Yes, I told Miss Vanderloo that I would not be using the other bed.
But instead,
I thought I would spend the night in the dining car. They have some very comfortable armchairs there. One can sleep in them if need be.
How gallant of you.
But in fact, you shared the sleeping compartment with the young lady.
Bravo!
I boarded the sleeping car. I handed the conductor my ticket. He showed us, her, to the sleeping compartment. And the lady made herself comfortable.
Comfortable! Comfortable. Wait, before we hear the answer to that question, I think the public should be excluded from the courtroom.
request denied.
Denied! She removed her hat and her coat because, as usual, the sleeping compartment was overheated.
What happened then?
I've nothing to hide because it was only 8 o'clock in the evening and too early to go to bed.
Why?
You go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Yes! I will not tolerate any personal insinuations.
Anyway, because it was only 8 o'clock, I thought I would keep the lady company for a while. Stay for a little chat.
A chat.
Oh, chat.
A chat!
A chat!
I asked the conductor to bring a bottle of champagne.
Champagne.
Champagne! My wife can attest to the fact
That what?
that I just love champagne.
That's true, Your Honor.
There, you see?
Yes, go on.
The conductor served the champagne, he left the compartment, closed the door without my noticing, and we had a chat.
A chat.
A chat.
A chat! A chat! After a while, I said goodnight. I went to open the door. It wouldn't open.
Oh, it wouldn't open.
I rattled, I pushed, I shook.
The lady!
No! The door! It wouldn't open.
But why wouldn't it open?
It just wouldn't open. I rang for the conductor. He tried to open the door. It wouldn't open.
Why wouldn't it open?
Because it wouldn't open. The lock was broken. It had a screw loose.
Screw loose, screw loose, screw loose. You were the one who had a screw loose.
Exactly who had a screw loose will be revealed over the course of this hearing. Isn't it true that you spent an entire night alone with a female to whom you were not married in any way in a room that closely resembled a bedroom, with the only difference being that the room in question was in continuous forward locomotion due to steam power, something that only rarely occurs in an actual bedroom?
The lock was broken. It was, in the truest sense of the words, an unlucky break.
Let us hear from the witnesses. Mr. Scrupp, sleeping car conductor.
Mr. Scrupp.
Name.
Cornelius Scrupp,
Profession.
Doctor of Philosophy, Philologist.
Doctor.
What's that supposed to mean?
I studied classical and modern languages at the universities of Heidelberg, Berlin, and Vienna. I am currently working on my book, The Influence of Homeric Greek on Viennese Street Slang. On the strength of this book, I hope to be granted a professorship.
Professorship.
Excuse me, but aren't you a conductor with a sleeping car company?
Exactly. That's how I earn a living.
Oh, I see. Well then, please, Doctor, tell us what you know about this affair.
On the 12th of January, this man boarded the Nice-Amsterdam Northerly Express in a state of agitation.
He was already agitated.
He showed me a first-class ticket reserving beds numbers 8 and 9 under the name Mr. and Mrs. von Loosbega. As evidence, I submit...
Yeah.
Exhibit A! The reservation.
Go on.
I could only only assumed that the woman in his company was his wife. Otherwise, I would have never shown him to a sleeping compartment for two.
Certainly not! The unimpeachable moral sensibilities of the sleeping car company are widely known.
Thank you, Your Honor. Later on, however, when I was making up the beds, the gentleman indicated to me that only bed number 8 would be required. The lower bed.
Only one bed! Did you hear that? Did you?
Very incriminating! Objection, Your Honor! That should be exonerated!
Objection overruled!
Please continue, Dr. Sleeping Car Conductor.
The gentleman ordered another bottle of champagne. I then left the compartment and closed the door.
What happened next?
Excuse me, before we give the answer to that question, I request that the public be excluded from the courtroom.
I must ask the public to leave the courtroom.
Oh, cry, Winnie, oh, cry, Winnie, it's raining, it's war. Just when things get taken, they kick us out the door.
Where were we? No, yes, the witness closed the compartment door. What happened then?
Then, well, I don't know.
Did you hear anything? Did you see anything?
I'm very discreet, especially towards people whom I assume to be married.
For the purposes of these proceedings, your discretion is highly regrettable. Go on.
About an hour later, the bell rang. It was the same compartment. I hurried over. The gentleman inside called out, "Open up, won't you please, the door is stuck." I made every possible effort. It wouldn't open.
Why wouldn't it open?
I already told you, it just wouldn't open.
Is the witness prepared to testify in open court?
Certainly. The two of them remained locked inside the compartment until we got to Amsterdam. Once we arrived, we called a locksmith who opened the compartment door.
When the lady and the gentleman stepped out of the sleeping compartment, did you notice anything about them?
What do you mean?
Certain signs that might lead one to conclude.
The lady's coiffure was impeccable.
That doesn't prove
She
anything.
could have just fixed her hair.
Other than that, was there anything that stood out to you? Anything at all?
Oh, yes!
What?
The gentleman didn't leave me a tip.
I didn't leave your tip. I didn't have any change.
Usually, in such cases, the gentleman is especially generous.
Such cases.
That will be all, Dr. Conductor Scrump. You may step down. Let's bring the public back in.
Cry, Winnie, oh, cry, Winnie, we've gone on. We kept us all outside, so that your secrets are done.
I feel compelled to draw the attention of this high court to the complete and utter depravity of the accused. Not only does he distribute double-berth sleeping car tickets to women who are more or less unknown to him, not only does he abuse the trust placed in him by his wife, no, in addition to all that, he deceives the sleeping car company in the most irresponsible way by taking their sleeping compartments, which were created with the peace, the tranquility, nay, the sacred repose of the traveling public in mind, and reducing them to the vulgar purpose of champagne-fueled orgies. And what's more, he deceives a distinguished man of letters, a doctor of railway literature, by maliciously refusing him a tip earned through honest labor on the flimsy and transparent excuse that he didn't have any change. From this horrifying display of moral turpitude, we can only draw the darkest conclusions about a marriage that can only have been singularly debased.
I am an exemplary husband. I have an exemplary marriage. I'm being unjustly accused. My wife sits right there. Allow her to testify. The lady in question will exercise her constitutional right to remain silent. All right, then. In that case, two good people of the common folk who know us well, should testify.
Who are they?
On the witness list, we have Bill Crovenfleet, fisherman, and Martia, his wife.
That's right, they're the ones. Your Honor, allow me a few words by way of an introduction.
I object! On what grounds?
I just do.
Objection overruled. Proceed, Mr. Baldersinger.
We are all familiar with the custom whereby when a well-to-do couple marries, they also sponsor the wedding of a couple of more modest means. When we, that is, my wife and I, exchanged vows at the fair in Mockham 1 year ago, Willem and Martha did so along with us. We even took them into our house afterwards as servants. Let them testify.
Show them in.
Crovenfleet and wife.
step down. And let's bring in the star witness. I strongly request that the public not indulge its craving for scandal.
I agree, this courtroom is not a theater, despite the orchestra over there.
Let's bring in Miss Gonda Vanderloo.
Miss Gonda Vanderloo!
Mr. Motion doesn't stop in this room! May I have your name?
Gonda Vanderloo.
Gonda. What a lovely name. Are you single or are you married to some lovely fellow?
It doesn't make any difference to me.
Forgive me, lady, but there's a considerable difference.
Oh, not to me. I believe in the principles of free love, and therefore it is of no importance whether someone is married or not married.
And do you practice any particular profession other than being ravish?
I'm an actress, as well as the editor of the journal Free Love. I am a leading advocate of this worthy cause. I practice and preach the doctrine wherever I go, and actively pursue new followers.
Followers? Oh, please, write me down. Write that down.
Tell me, my dear advocate, did you make the journey from Nice to Amsterdam in a sleeping compartment together with Mr. von Looswegen?
Oh, Mr. von Looswegen was so kind as to leave his compartment at my disposal.
And you accepted?
Yes.
Did you know he was a married man?
Well, of course, but what does that have to do with anything?
A sleeping compartment!
Yes, I simply can't travel without one. A journey by rail is not always the best. The train's constant motion will give you no rest, especially on trips, on trains with night. The second-class benches just never feel right. A seat on the colloquial passenger train will jostle your limbs and will rattle your brain. You curl up like this, you stretch out like that, as if you were some kind of acrobat. Yes, on that night you find I Oh, well, Your Honor, it really happened purely by chance. I don't think it was his intention. You see, the door
Yes,
stopped.
we all understand the business about the door. Tell me, please, did Mr. von Lussweger approach you?
What do you mean by
Did
approach?
he kiss your
Your Honor, before you pursue this line of questioning, I ask that the public be excluded.
Oh yes, the public must leave the courtroom.
Cry, it's really is a cry.
It's all very cool, and it's spending all our time.
My lovely, charming young lady, I completely understand that as the weaker of the two parties, you were in a predicament beyond your control.
I object, Your Honor. I am in no way a weaker party. I was simply acting according to the principles of free love.
Would you let him hug you? Kiss you?
Why not? Who wouldn't want to kiss him?
I did not approach that lady. I did not break the law. I did not commit adultery.
I didn't ask you.
But he's telling the truth.
I find that hard to believe.
I swear it under oath. In this instance, I cannot allow an oath.
It would be perjury if I were you, madam, and my husband found himself alone and undisturbed with a beautiful woman and didn't take advantage of the situation. I just feel sorry for him.
I have to agree.
Please, feel sorry for me.
I request that the public be excluded from these Oh, I see they're already gone. Well, then, I think we need to hear from an expert witness.
We have two expert witnesses, Professor Chunger and Professor Wiesel.
Bring them in. Let us begin with Professor Chunger.
Yes.
In your professional opinion as a psychologist, do you think it's possible for a man to spend an entire night alone with that uncommonly attractive woman without,
You know!
Not only based on all the physiological evidence that states that a male is, by nature, drawn to the female, not only when there is no opportunity, but even more so when there is opportunity, but especially because of the purely psychological reason that a man, when a propitious opportunity arises, is always focused on his own erotic advantage. Now, I consider the notion that nothing happened to be totally impossible and absolutely out of the question.
Very true.
There, you see?
Professor Wiesel, your expert opinion, please.
Honored officers of the court, experience shows that a husband and wife can spend several years together without the slightest thing happening.
Very true.
And then I object. On second thought, never mind. There, you see?
And even if nothing happened, as improbable as that seems, no one would ever believe it.
Exactly! No one would ever believe it! Thank you, professors. As for me, I find it completely impossible that anybody could be alone with such a lovely, charming, delightful, bewitching young lady without blissfully squeezing her delicate little hand. Without feeling the thrill of ecstasy to touch her lips, inhale the scent of her hair, the intoxicating perfume of her breath, without becoming totally and utterly enraptured.
And a man who in such a situation wouldn't be totally and utterly enraptured simply doesn't exist, or else he's an ass.
I was that ass.
There will be a short recess while this court determines its verdict.
Madam, I assure you, victory will be ours.
Now, Your Honor, please, let's put an end to this fuss.
The verdict of the court will decide for us.
The verdict,
Yes.
and if it says divorce, Divorced. In the name of Her Majesty, the Queen of Holland, the Royal Court of Justice has determined that Miss Gonda Vanderloo, due to violation of statute number 776C of the Civil Code, is guilty of adultery and is sentenced to 24 hours detention or a fine of 50 guilders.
Well, that's not so bad.
Please, if the young lady would rather not spend the next 24 hours grumbling. call upon the two separating spouses to attempt a reconciliation.
Reconciliation?
There is nothing for me to say in this matter.
Please don't give up on me. Don't you know how painful divorce would be? Won't you please stay with me? I have done nothing so wrong, don't you see?
Nothing!
No, nothing. Please give me your hand. Yana, darling, please understand. Yana, don't make me beg you.
I cannot forget it. You broke my heart. You made me look like a fool. You spent the night with that creature, and you broke the most important rule. Now, I've not said a word. I've something to say, and I'd like to be heard.
Now, ladies, please settle down.
Oh, please, fly away.
No, you just make it worse. We've caused enough trouble today.
If men are drawn to me like moths to a flame, then am I to blame? If men are drawn to me like sirens over my heart for the call.
Oh no!
If every man sighs, darling, won't you be mine? Am I out of line? I am disappointed. Nothing done. I am disappointed. Who likes to have fun? I can't believe that my husband, my ex, was alone with you, addicted to sex. Your words fill me with pain. Dear is your love. Leave not to read.
I tried every possible and impossible way to approach her.
Well, you can't blame me for that.
I certainly can. I could lose my job. My position in society has been
compromised. I was snubbed at the court ball. Me, the court secretary. People are saying that I put you in a compromising position, and that the only way to restore my good standing in society is to marry you. So there, you see, I have no choice. I have to marry you.
Oh, men, you spent one night locked in a sleeping compartment with them, and they think they own you.
Ha! But I could lose everything. God, marry me. It's the least you can do.
But I am an advocate for free love. If I get married, I lose my position in society.
It could be strictly platonic.
Yeah. Well, my last platonic relationship ended with a French maid's outfit and a feather boa. And that's just what he was wearing.
Not because of your love or loyalty, they don't interest me. Husband's conjugal rights I'd forfeit to keep your dignity. All those carnal delights that nature created, I won't blame. Oh, I plan to bring those things society demands we wear.
How shall I put it? After the sleeping car incident, I was let go, and what I want is...
Of course. How much do you need?
I don't need anything. I've acquired some very lucrative work teaching Greek and Aramaic.
Aramaic pays well.
Yes! Well, no, not really, actually. But the reason that I'm here is that my record is tainted after the incident. I'm regarded as the sleeping car procurer. And I need a good character reference to be appointed to a professorship. A high-ranking official from the sleeping car company in Brussels is coming here tomorrow to look into the case.
What does this have to do with me?
You have to marry the lady who was involved in the incident. It's the only way to remove the stain.
I'm trying.
Wonderful.
But she doesn't want to.
She has to want to. Tell the official that you're engaged. That way we can say that the incident in the sleeping car was just like an advance payment.
Nothing was paid in advance.
Mr. Court Secretary, my professorship hangs in the balance. You have to tell him.
Go have a drink, and I'll think about it.
Marry her and the problem goes away.
I know.
You have to ask her again.
I'll try. Now, let's get you a drink.
So you want to marry me now?
Yes.
Not marriage.
I can make you with free love.
Your Honor, may I call you that?
I'd love to.
Just because I believe in free love doesn't mean that I want to fool around with everybody. Besides, I only like a man who's desired by another woman.
I need a drink.
Sir Roger, holy hey, that's how all good sailors gets all their cares away.
Sir!
What is it, Marcia?
I don't know how to say this.
Oh, come on, spit it out.
The lady is here.
Lady? What lady?
My Frau.
My wife? Marcia, show her in.
Good evening, Carl.
Good evening, Jan.
May I stay for a while?
You want to?
Don't misunderstand my intentions. I only want to stay tonight.
You can stay tonight and every night.
No. Martin, please take us to the bedroom.
You're all dressed up.
Yes, I heard that you're having a party tonight for Gandhi's birthday.
Right.
That works out well because tomorrow is our anniversary.
I completely forgot.
My father wants to pay us a visit to mark the occasion.
Why?
As you know, he's been very ill and in a spa convalescing. He's just come back, and he would be very upset to find out what happened between us.
Doesn't he already know?
No.
It was in all the papers.
He doesn't read the papers.
I can't blame him. They give me indigestion.
So for tonight, for Father's sake, let's act as if we were husband and wife.
Really? Tonight? We'll have to tell all our guests to keep the secret. Wait a minute. Your father always stays with us when he visits.
I've already asked Martin to make up the guest bedroom.
Yes, but
But what?
you'll have to spend the night here.
Does that bother you?
Me? No.
Me neither.
Won't he be suspicious if he sees we're in separate bedrooms?
Then we shouldn't be.
How am I supposed to take this?
The way it was meant to be taken.
How's it meant to be taken?
Don't you remember? Your expert witness at the trial told us.
Experience shows that a husband and wife can spend several years together without the slightest thing happening.
That's right! Don't.
I'm sure you'll respect his conclusions, based as they are on scholarly research. Will you be able to manage that?
If you insist.
You'll keep your word.
I'll keep my word. I'd better see what I can make of this. Now I remember what took place when I was at a masquerade.
A masquerade?
A masquerade where you could waltz from end to end and dance the night away. Now at his home there was a certain lady, the pinnacle of style and grace, and you could tell she was a thing of beauty, although you couldn't see her face. She sees a man all by himself mask from home reveal.
And he gets the surprise of his life.
Does he know her?
Yes, he knows her.
Oh, he knows her.
It's his wife.
You left out the ending. They're together even now. There was never a divorce.
That's not how it ends, of course.
Rather,
She said, don't you see that there's no one else like me? Then she left.
right away.
No, they danced the night away.
Just like my wife.
Just like a wife.
Just like our love.
Just like my love.
Mr. Maluspe, I've got it.
You've got something, all right. I better cut you off.
You have to marry Wanda.
You already told me that. I'm not interested.
What? You were just a few minutes ago.
I'm going to marry someone else.
No, you can't. You have to marry Wanda. Think of my professorship.
I have. And I'm going to marry someone I'm already accustomed to.
So you're leaving me in this predicament out of habit?
Mr. Scrub! You're a PhD. You'll think of something.
Madam, when I heard that you were here, I couldn't believe my ears.
My father is coming tonight, and after everything he's been through, I didn't want to upset him. You can only imagine how awkward it is for me to be around Carl and his new girlfriend.
Madam, although I convicted your husband of adultery, I must confess that it was a gross miscarriage of justice.
How so?
Nothing happened in that sleeping compartment, and nothing's happening now. Carl, however, feels it's his social obligation to marry Miss Ganda to restore his good name.
She loves that! The gold digger! You have to stop this!
I will. You have to help me with Miss Ganda.
Fine.
Good. Just wait, Ganda. Two can play this game.
Good evening, madam. You're welcoming me. Why not? I see you found what you've been digging for. I have no idea what you're talking about. I think the less we speak, the better off we'll be. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Ganda! Miss Ganda? Where's she going?
Who knows?
She was going to sing the Sir Roger song.
I'll sing it. It's not hard.
You will?
Of course.
Mr. Maluspe, I've got it.
Not now.
I've got something
Sir,
right now.
Mr. Toboggansteel has arrived.
Ah,
Mr. Toboggansteel? Yes. The president of the sleeping car company? You must be here to investigate the incident.
Must you leave so soon?
I'm surprised you noticed. You seem to be having a fine time with that divorced woman.
I can't deny.
Bring me my coat.
With pleasure.
She's jealous.
All of a sudden he's after her.
Madame,
What are you doing?
why won't you marry Mr. Von Lefty Lucy?
That is none of your business.
But I won't get my professorship unless you do.
Actually, you know, getting engaged to him might not be that bad of an idea. No, it would annoy him and her.
Here's your coat.
You can take it back. I'm staying.
So you'll marry him?
You have my word.
Oh, what a nice
Who
lady.
is he going to marry?
Mr. Von Screwloose, of course. Who else?
We'll see about that.
Ganda! He's here.
Sir, your father-in-law. Children!
Papa! It's so nice to see you again.
How's your health?
Excellent. I feel young again.
You're here just in time to celebrate.
What?
Our wedding anniversary.
But I'm not dressed properly.
The guest bedroom is ready. You can change in there.
Oh, I didn't
Bring my bags. I'm staying in a hotel tonight.
A hotel? Out of the question!
But I can't stay here. I have a lot to catch up on. I didn't read a single newspaper while I was away.
Thank you.
Not enough about me. How are you two?
We're fine.
Just fine. Everything's still peachy? No little quarrel?
Not one.
Never happens. Still the perfect couple.
I wouldn't go that far.
Why not?
Why all the questions, Papa?
Two seem different.
What do you mean?
Children think somehow don't seem quite the same. You don't seem so in love. Children, I think it would be such a shame. Do you know what I speak of?
Everything's fine here.
Never been better.
Really?
Yes, really.
But why do I have this feeling that something is wrong? What am I missing?
You can't expect us to always be kissing.
You can't overdo it. Who needs all that petting?
All that public affection can be quite upsetting.
Sweetheart,
My darling,
my sugar,
my dear,
Bravo, that's just what I wanted to hear.
angel,
my sweetie,
my cupcake.
my pet.
Bravo, you know how great a father can get.
You, Mookie,
Little turkeys.
Silly,
Billy,
Lucy,
Lucy.
let's end with a kiss.
I'd rather die.
Language of love is rich beyond compare. Of all the languages lovers, the most to share. Some words of love are dreamy words that all, and those who know how to use them sincerely have answered love's call.
My love for you, mere words cannot express.
My life without you would be filled with emptiness.
Always mine.
Yes,
Something is still bothering me.
What could it be? What could it be?
Children think somehow don't seem quite the same. You're keeping something from me. Children, I know why you're playing this game. Pretty soon, baby makes 3.
I feel so ashamed.
Oh God, me too.
Don't be embarrassed. It happens quite often. It happens to some people. That's how I had you. It's something I've been looking forward to.
John,
Arnold,
tell me, what should I do?
just playing along. He hasn't a clue.
Sweetheart,
My dearest,
my sugar,
my love.
Bravo, the baby girl gets so much love.
you angel.
You do
in the opposite sex.
Oh, I see you like the ladies as much as I do.
I remember every woman who's ever crossed my path.
Me too.
I usually keep one in mind for a minimum of 4 weeks. It's an old business rule of mine. Cash holdings and women are both short-term investments.
Otherwise, they both could get you in trouble.
Don't I know it?
Now, have you made any interesting investments lately?
Of course. On my way here, I met a young lady in the dining car. We were traveling on the overnight train together, but she didn't have a sleeping compartment.
Now, it's very dangerous being around women without their own sleeping compartment. Next thing you know, you're offering them your own.
It's the decent thing to do.
Generosity seems to run in your family. Oh, and did the door slam shut all by itself?
No, I helped it along.
What happened next?
Well, and then the inspector came and determined that the lady... You see, at the sleeping car company, we insist on respectable behavior in our railway car.
After all, you're the president of
Yes.
the company.
Yes, I am. And since the young lady didn't have a ring on her finger, the sleeping car conductor determined that her presence was in contravention of the rules and asked her to leave. After all, where would we be if we allowed our sleeping cars to be used for anything other than their intended purpose?
Where indeed. And does this story have an epilogue?
I'm working on her. She's staying at the Grand Hotel. Oh, it was very embarrassing. It's a good thing that I'm the president. I can just make it go away.
Lucky for you.
Who is that charming creature over there?
The president of the Free Love Society.
Free love. Just my cup of tea.
Mr. Miles, Mr. President, can I have a word with you?
Who are you?
I'm the sleeping car conductor.
You're the conductor.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, are you aware that I've been fired?
Fired. Really? This is terrible.
How was I to know that the lady and the gentleman weren't married? I would have never allowed it, if only for the sake of my professorship. I was very dutiful and, in accordance with the regulation concerning suspicious passengers, I took a picture.
A picture of the lady.
Oh, of a
All
gentleman.
right.
I got it right here.
Get it.
So you see, sir, I cannot be held
You
responsible.
will not be held responsible.
It would be easier for all of us if the lady were to get married.
Married?
Yes, sir, she has to get married for the sake of my professorship.
Lord, what have I
So
done?
I won't be fired, Mr. President?
No.
Will I get a good evaluation?
Yes.
1,000 thanks!
Word of this to anyone.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, now, gentlemen, I can't stand the politics.
Promise.
I'm going to introduce me.
Permit me, Mr. Taylor, Steele, president of the sleeping car company, Miss Gonda Vanderloo.
There are even more beautiful lovers.
I know.
We want our dance.
Gentlemen, I can't dance with you all at the same time, so I will make my choice the way that children do.
So to make it fair and square, just line up over there.
So to make it fair and square, line up over there.
Weenie, riding roll, catch a tiger by the throat. So with you I will begin. You will bring the next one in. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Take your place on the floor. You're the win, yes it's true. Now let's
including my wet nurse. You're the loveliest of them all.
You must have a very large appetite.
Now I agree with him, except for the wet nurse part. I was bottle fed.
Well, can we be friends now? My husband's lady friends will never be my friends. You misjudge me, my dear.
Fiona, all our guests are dying to hear the Sir Roger song.
With pleasure.
Sir Roger was a sailor, but not of trophy. Came all the way from England and never was the same. Same. He keep my ship a swimming whenever he had the chance. In search of pretty women, and so he had his dance. There was a certain lady, such a sight of fun. His longing and his pining for her went on and on, just like a glowing ember for her his passion burned. But sadly for Sir Roger, his love was not returned. Sir Roger was the loser. They went from glass to cake. Sir Roger was a loser. He had a hollow leg. Sir Roger grew quite tipsy, forgot about romance. He stumbled like a gypsy and danced this crazy He swam into his tower, oh boy, is he giddy. He took a nice little shower to keep himself awake. Wake. The shower made him sober, which brought back all the pain. And so he swam back over and did it all in vain. Gain. His passion unrequited was stronger than before. To keep from feeling slighted, he drank and danced some more. Sir Roger kept on dancing with the mangy still made, but with the years and advancing affection
divorce. But dear sir, you yourself oversaw the divorce.
What is this? Have I lost my mind?
I must confess.
You are divorced then?
Yes, more or less.
Yes, this is the man from the sleeping car, and this is the lady.
Oh Lord!
Oh Lord, this lady, this man.
That's right. You have his photo.
I do. It's you. It's him. I thought that it was me. How terrible. You. Now I feel it in every limb that his marriage vows were not sacred to him. A sleeping car, a sleeping car. Oh Lord,
I know.
you know.
It's not what it seems. It's not my fault.
You thought you could pull a fast one on me and make me a part of your comedy.
My dear Papa, I did this all for you. We tried to act as if we were, but for you what's due. My love for you is mine here tonight. I did it because I love you. I know that it was not right. I'm so embarrassed that you had to find out this with me. I just want to leave now. Look at my face. Wait for me to come home.
Yes, sweetheart, hurry. So good night.
Yes, good night. Two wrongs don't make a right.
You fool! This is all your fault! Now get out!
No need to shout! No need to shout!
If you don't mind, I need to ask for a little favor.
Why not?
Then meet me at the mountain fair tomorrow. Why, as you know, people get married there.
Of course, as you well know, that's the very spot where Yana and I went to tie the knot. But why do you need me to go there again?
Be my best man.
Best man, don't tell me that you're getting married.
Yes.
Who will be sharing your life? Pretend.
My bride-to-be is Yana, your ex-wife.
That would be perfect!
No idea that your marriage was handy.
As you can guess,
I won't be attending. I must admit that I'm not surprised at the risk of offending. Your wife told me that you were a coward. A coward, she said so. Now wait a minute. What time is the wedding? At 12 on the dot. I'll be there tomorrow. As your best man. My heartfelt thanks. I hope you'll be there too.
I don't care. I thought you knew.
Those two getting married. It just can't be true. Well, that worked. Shall we? Yana, are you kidding?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I volunteer this evening to beg me for my hand. Well, I accept.
I ought to have it, dear. church at precisely 12 o'clock. The minister would like to get it over with in one fell swoop.
Why are we here?
I don't know. The judge asked me as a favor to meet him here and to bring you.
I don't understand.
I don't either. Why don't you go try and find him?
You stay here. I'll look for him in the restaurant.
I feel like I've lost control of my life. If I ever had it. We humans are a bunch of puppets on a string that are puppet masters back and tall. We think we have control of every little thing, but we really don't at all. It's fate that pulls the puppet strings, and he does what he wants in his will. You have to take the hand he deals. It's like swallowing a bitter pill. That's how it is in married life. Servants of fate and duty. Sometimes there's joy and sometimes strife. Just like Punch and Judy, the puppeteer pulls this way, that way, this way. The puppeteer pulls too. It's fate that controls the show. Puppet show, each day's a world premiere. If the show's a great big flop, the people cheer. If the show's a great big flop, the people cheer. You never know if you're conducting the song till the waltz of life begins. Just one mistake and the rhythm's all wrong, and you've thrown out the violins. Yet many times the puppeteer will pull the twist and wink. He physically will guide and steer you in better ways than you would think. That's how it is for man and wife, servants of fate and duty. Sometimes there's joy and sometimes strife. Just like Punch and Judy, the puppeteer pulls this way, that way, this way. The puppeteer pulls too. It's fate that controls the show. Puppet show, each day's a world premiere. If the show's a big success, the people will cheer. If the show's a big success, the people Puppet show, each day's a world premiere. If the show's a big success, the people will cheer.
Well, my dear Adelinton, now you've seen everything. What more could you want?
All right.
Just as soon as I get my professorship.
I'll be an old lady before that happens.
No! Today, at the fair, the sleeping car groom will marry his sleeping car bride, and I'll be rehabilitated. You'll be Madam Professor before you know it.
I can't wait.
In the meantime, I think you should move out of the Grand Hotel. It's too expensive.
Oh, don't worry about it. The old fool is taking care of it.
What?
I mean, it doesn't cost that much.
Oh, well, in that case, here comes the bride.
Who?
The sleeping car bride. Would you give us a moment alone?
All right, not for too long. Adieu, darling.
There she is. Congratulations. I'll be so happy to see you drop anchor in the harbor of Mary?
I am not dropping anything. Who was that girl I saw you with?
My fiancée.
Fiancé! Congratulations.
Isn't she lovely?
She is. Where did you meet her?
While I was out strolling, you know, on the make.
How did you manage that?
Flirting on the make. On the town when a damsel is strolling so sweet and she catches the eye of a man on the street.
And she can't know that she's caught in the storm, and the fellow in question is following her. So she starts just as she
And he starts to respond.
And she starts and she sways.
He was weak with desire.
So part of her mood.
And he was so
She
patient.
is just for to you.
And his heart starts to race.
And with the lovely sun shining down on the pair, she opens her umbrella to block out the glare. But she lit the summer was not really the case. She cools her umbrella to cover her face.
For she uses her wiles to provoke and to vex, so he can't catch a glimpse of the fair sex.
So she moves to the right.
He will not turn her
And
past.
she turns right around.
Now we'll see her at last.
She gives him the eye.
And he thinks he will die.
And again she walks on by.
When you're
out on the lake,
there will be push and pull, give and take. When you're out
on the lake,
when you're holding, there's an awful lot at stake.
all this walking she does, she may not get a wind, so she stops and shops just to draw a bit.
And a man stops himself and he says with a smile, oh my dear, pardon me, this is not what my style. Have we met once before?
But it's not that at all.
Oh, my friends call me Paul.
And his small words are hard to remove.
And you keep saying thanks.
She was just for to you.
And his heart starts to race.
And then straight from the heavens a downpour began. She quickly starts to walk, lifts her skirt with her hand. The downpour is not why she hikes up her dress, for she knows that her legs are what men like the best.
Oh, she knew what to do when she gave him a peek. And he looked, for her legs let him weak.
So she moves to the left,
And he flies to the right.
she cylinders her
Then
way.
he groans with delight.
She straightens her back.
And he sees what he can. He's a lucky man. When you're
On the lake,
there will be push and pull, give and take. When you're out on the lake, when you're cold, there's an awful lot at stake. And if it rained, then it poured down in buckets that day.
just that's where she went her way.
Won't you take this umbrella from me now, my dear?
But I have, as you see, an umbrella right here.
But I won't do.
Please, leave me alone.
Don't you see it's more fun when just one share my two?
She takes her umbrella, goes to the
It's a
door.
Jan's here, something.
Oh, let's wait until Jan's arrives.
What are you doing here?
Why don't you ask your son-in-law?
I am asking you.
I'm not your son-in-law anymore.
That's too bad. I liked you. That's such a nice fellow, don't you think? And then he goes and gets caught in a sleeping compartment. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Not a word from you.
How did you get divorced?
Ask your son-in-law.
But I am asking you.
Turn to the right.
Like this.
A little more.
Like this.
Now look up. Ask him.
Ask who?
Your son-in-law.
What sort of nonsense is this?
She'll regret this marriage. She'll be divorced.
But you're already divorced.
She'll do it again.
Are you out of your mind? Why would she divorce you twice?
It's almost 12. I can't believe I'm about to witness this fiasco.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Mr. President.
What are you doing?
This mess is all your fault.
That's right. You're still fired and you still won't get a good evaluation.
But everything is in order now. After the wedding,
But I don't have to marry her.
Who? You?
She's engaged.
Who's engaged?
And by remarkable coincidence, to a sleeping car conductor. She told me that this sleeping car conductor was also a PhD and may soon become a professor.
Who told you that?
Adeline. Adeline? Yes, that's her name. She and I were in the
compartment with Adeline? Are you the old fool?
What?
Do you know who Adeline is? She is the woman to whom I am connected by bonds of a particularly tender nature. For I am that sleeping car conductor who is also a PhD and may soon become a professor. What do you have to say now, Mr. President?
Nothing at all. You'll not be fired and you'll get the best imaginable evaluation. After all, I'm the president of the company.
And what about my honor as a husband, which now lies trampled by your feet on the floor of the sleeping compartment?
We can fix that. Besides, it's not as trampled as you might think.
That was never in doubt, old man.
How dare you!
And another thing, I want a promotion to Chief Inspector. That'll go a long way to restoring my honor.
Of course.
And finally, I'll be expecting a particularly generous wedding gift. Mr. President, one word from me and you're not the president anymore. So, do you think 5,000 guilders would correspond to your level of generosity?
Your honor as a husband is not worth such a high price.
As for this one, you can keep her.
Cornelius!
My darling, your proper place is with this gentleman. It's clear the two of you are soulmates. And, on that note, I take my leave.
Cornelius!
Oh, Miss Gonda, you're here. But you said you weren't coming.
I changed my mind.
Aha! So you are getting married.
Perhaps.
You're still not sure.
Is that of such burning interest to you?
Not at all. I'm just amazed that so suddenly.
So suddenly, just like you.
Yes, like me. I long for a comfortable, peaceful marriage.
Well, so what?
Well, what about your free love?
Well, free what? I've forgotten all about that.
That's strange.
What?
Ever since I found out you were engaged to Mr. von Lussvega, I've forgotten all about you. In fact, you're no longer of any interest to me at all.
But before.
Before was before.
And if I didn't marry Mr. von Lussvega, what then?
Now that sounds like a conversation to have over lunch.
That is an excellent idea. I'm hungry.
Let me just break off my engagement first.
You do that. I'll find us a table.
Madam!
Won't you please tell me what's going on?
You agreed to help me.
Yes, to prevent Carl from marrying on.
Correct.
Well?
Oh, I told Carl I was getting married today to you, and I asked him to be my best man.
What? How does that help?
He didn't. He got engaged anyway. No, don't worry. I'm calling off our engagement. I have lunch date.
So, he really wanted to marry her?
Here he comes. Now, fate, it's up to you.
It's almost 12. How nice of you to choose me to be your best man.
Just a whim of mine.
Kiana, tell me one thing. Do you really love that pedantic little twerp?
That's none of your business.
Why not? Why not?
It's awkward now for me, since I have known you well. In fact, quite biblically, yes,
You are too kind, my dear. It was indeed a flirty trick for him to marry me, his best man. You know I wasn't part of that plan.
well, since it's awfully for me, there's no one else I'd rather see as his best man.
And though you declare your love for him, no, that is a thing I cannot do. I'm sorry that I lack the courage to be the best man at your marriage.
What is the